Hello, my name is Hank Quentz, and this video class is about creating great characters. Stories, as you know, are about characters, and readers read stories to follow the character's journey. But if the character is cardboard or one-dimensional, the readers aren't going to stick around too long. To hold the reader's interest, you need fully developed characters, and that is not easy to do. So let's see if we can come up with a way to do just that. This video is divided into 3 parts, or acts. This is relatively simple, but it will get the job done. Memorable stories have great characters, but it's the great characters that make the story memorable. I'm going to take a different approach in these videos. I'm going to use modern technology to get a handle on what makes a character great or memorable. And I'm talking about artificial intelligence. There are 2 artificial intelligence sites shown on the slide. I've used them both and they give similar results. So I can hear you say, how are you going to use AI to develop a character? Well, I thought you'd never ask, so I'll show you in the next few slides. Artificial intelligence has a bad rap. People misuse it. I use it for research and I find that it's pretty good. I also use it to produce first drafts for, I'll say, a press release. The writing is stilted and it's pretty bad and it needs rewriting if I want to use it. What it does do that I like is that it will often list ideas I wouldn't have thought of by myself. So what if we try to use it to develop better characters? Want to give it a try? So I asked a question, and this is what Perplexity came back with. For personality traits, it said, they have distinct personalities and voices. Great characters are not one-dimensional or stereotypical. They have unique quirks, mannerisms, speech patterns, and ways of thinking that makes them memorable and distinguishable. For meaningful flaws, the AI said, perfection makes characters unrelatable and uninteresting. Flaws, weaknesses, and inner conflicts makes the characters feel authentic and human. Clear motivation and goals means that great characters have clear motivations that drive their actions and decisions throughout the story. Their goals, whether external, like saving the world, or internal, overcoming fear, give them purpose and make their journey meaningful. Depth and complexity means that great characters have a rich inner life with a backstory that informs their beliefs, behaviors, and worldview. Under capacity for change, the AI said, the best characters undergo meaningful change and growth over the course of the story, evolving as a result of the challenges they face. Under reliability, they must possess recognizable human qualities that allow readers to empathize with their struggles, fears, and desires. Well, it looks like this AI may be useful. Still, the answer is a bit generic. It'd be helpful to have examples for actual characters, wouldn't it? So let's ask the AI what makes specific characters great. I have a few in mind, like Yossarian, the main character from Catch-22, and Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind. And really, we need this guy, Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther movies. This is what the AI said for embodiment of logical thinking. Yossarian represents the voice of logic and reason in an absurd, bureaucratic military system that values conformity over human life. Under moral conflict, while determined to save his own life at all costs, Yossarian deeply cares about his squadron mates and is traumatized by their deaths. This creates a compelling internal conflict. Outsider status means that Yossarian's unusual Assyrian name and the fact that others view him as insane mark him as an outsider, alienated from the squadron community he is part of. For complex personality, the AI said, Yossarian is not a conventional heroic figure. He is cynical, paranoid, and more sensitive than he lets on. For symbolic representation, the AI said, as the protagonist, Yossarian symbolically represents the anti-war, anti-authoritarian attitudes of the 1960s when Catch-22 was published. I think we're getting somewhere. Let's see what Scarlett is like. The AI said this about Scarlett. She is a complex, multi-layered protagonist who defies traditional gender roles and societal expectations. Despite being a product of the Southern aristocracy, Scarlet is fiercely independent and ambitious. Scarlet is a survivor and a fighter. She endures immense hardship, loss, and trauma during the war, yet remains resilient and determined to rebuild her life on her own terms. Scarlet has significant character development. While initially portrayed as a spoiled, manipulative, and obsessed with the idolized notion of love, Scarlet matures, and her priorities shift as she confronts life's harsh realities. For flaws and moral ambiguity, Scarlet makes one of literature's most fascinating and human characters. She is not conventionally likable or virtuous, but her complexities, inner conflicts, and ability to elicit strong reactions from readers are hallmarks of a great literary character. Wow, Scarlet is a tough cookie. Let's try something different and see what makes up a great comic character. Well, it looks like the AI nailed Clouseau's character. Incompetent yet successful. Despite being woefully incompetent, clumsy, and lacking intelligence, Clouseau somehow manages to solve his cases and catch the culprits, albeit entirely by accident. Oblivious ego. Clouseau is immensely egocentric and pompous, convinced he is a brilliant detective destined for greatness despite his constant failing. Under slapstick comedy, it says, much of the humor comes from Clouseau's incredible clumsiness and the slapstick comedy that follows. Under exaggerated persona, we have Clouseau's exaggerated French accent, ridiculous disguises, and eccentric mannerisms. Under contradictions, he is both stunningly incompetent yet also supernaturally lucky, allowing him to bumble his way through cases. Now it's time for you to do some work. Find an AI app and ask it about your favorite character, and save the results. They may be useful when you develop your own characters. And we'll start developing characters in the next module.